And welcome to another week of Upon Further Review. I'm Josh Aubrey. A busy week for area high school football and the Georgia Southern Eagles getting their season underway. Once again, success for our local teams. You had Statesboro High at home knocking off Liberty County and Southeast Bulloch on the road knocking off Tattnall County. Both of them improved to 2-0 on the season. As for the Georgia Southern Eagles, their long anticipated head coaching debut for Chad Lunsford got off on a good start as they knocked off South Carolina State by a score of 37-6. We'll have some words from head coach Chad Lunsford as they get ready for game 2 with UMass coming up this week. We'll also hear from the area coaches with all of our coaches shows. We'll hear from Statesboro High, Southeast Bullock, and Bullock Academy all coming up. We're going to take a break, and then when we come back, we'll hear from Statesboro High head coach Jeff Kaiser and some of his players.
The Medical Center Pharmacy on Grenade Street is proud to be your Health Mart pharmacy in Statesboro. The Medical Center Pharmacy, locally owned and serving this community for 50 years, is open 364 days a year. The pharmacists at Medical Center know there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. That's why they take the time to know their customers, explain their medications, and answer any questions. The Medical Center Pharmacy, your Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
No credit refused isn't just an offer, it's a way of business and has been for over 100 years. No banks, no ridiculous credit requirements, just local Badcock store owners who treat you right and give you credit when others won't. It's never been easier to express your style and love your home.
The Statesboro High School Coaches Show is brought to you by Synovus. And joining me now, the head coach of the Statesboro Blue Devils, Jeff Kaiser, the 2-0 Blue Devils. That's got a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's nice. Real proud of our kids and the effort they put forth.
All right, so week 1, a 7-3 victory at Greenbrier. This past week, you get a little bit more on the offensive column, and the defense gives up only 1 touchdown against a very explosive Liberty offense.
Yeah, we were very, very proud of the effort our defense put forth. All of our kids really, even though the stats really don't show offensively, the offense did exactly what we needed them to do. Hog possession. Liberty only ran 37 offensive plays, so it was we kept the ball. And then when we had our defense on the field, they dominated with the exception of 1 play, really. So. Real proud of our kids' effort, and a credit to Liberty County. They got one of the most explosive offenses athletically that we've seen in a while. But our kids were hungry and had an objective and a goal to stop them and did a good job except for 1 play.
Moving on, you got veterans coming up this week. It's another long road trip. It's a team that Statesboro's never played.
Yeah, we go to Warner Robins to play veterans at a very, very maybe the nicest facility in the state, and Freedom Field, which is the home field for veterans in Houston County High School. Very well coached team. Coach Turner, this is his first year there. Has a local reputation here when he was at Emmanuel County Institute. Very good coach, very good staff, very disciplined kids. Offensively, they will be very challenging. They don't very rarely line up in the same formation twice, so they try to outflank you and make you be on your toes and be correct in alignment and discipline on defense.
Well, you've been pretty disciplined on defense so far this year. You've got to feel good about going into battle with those guys. It looks like they've improved technique as well as, just wrapping up and tackling, things like that. Yeah,
we've gotten better. We're better conditioned. Our kids are stronger. We think we're a little faster defensively. So, kids have done everything we've asked them to do. I say that every week, but they really have. Now, today we came out. A holiday during football season is a head coach's nightmare. All of our kids were here for the most part. We had a couple illnesses. We didn't have the juice this morning that we were looking for. And sometimes when you're playing well and you hadn't done that in a while, it's the challenge is to not become complacent. We tell our kids we got to keep the main thing, and that's to get better every day. If we're not doing that, we're going backwards.
All right, Statesboro High at Veterans, stay with us. Up next, we'll talk to some of the Blue Devil players. A reminder that the Statesboro High School Coaches Show is brought to you by Synovus. All right, join me now from the Statesboro Blue Devils, Dake Williams representing the defensive side of the ball, and Devardra and Lipsy on the offense. Devardra, and I know on the first week of the season you guys were only able to get in the end zone one time. This past week kind of broke free. You had a long touchdown run. What do you think the difference was in the offense from week 1 to week 2?
The backs, we've been working on our tracks. Like the past game, Greenbrier, we ain't been like hitting the tracks right. So we put up a lot of MAs, missed assignments, so we got our blocks and therefore so on.
All right, well, as far as, offensively, the big play came late in the game. You ran a 74-yard touchdown. What was that one like? I know that the offense is probably usually used to getting small chunks of yards. All of a sudden, you heard the crowd go crazy on that one.
It felt good that I finally got broke. It felt good.
Yeah, have you guys been working on anything in particular on offense to see something like that happen?
Yes, we've been working on getting our blocks right, like picking up the linebackers that's coming in, not just picking up one person. Yeah.
Okay. On defense, Dake, you guys have been solid 2 weeks in a row. You allow a field goal in the first game and a touchdown in the second one. How do you feel the defense is doing?
I feel like we're doing a lot better than last year, just hustling to the ball and making tackles, and just in a lot better shape and stronger.
You guys give up 3 points the first game, 6 against a very good Liberty team, a very explosive offense that had a guy coming in that had 350 yards and 5 touchdowns. Does that kind of fire you guys up about when you hear a lot about the offense the week before?
Yes, sir. It just gives us a lot more confidence and just lets us know that we're doing better than we were last year.
All right, well, this week you guys are having to go on the road, another long road trip. You have to go up to Veterans. How's the mindset of the team going into this game?
Go hard. We starting the week off 0-0. We can't think about the past. Start going from the present.
All right, Dake, you got Veterans coming up. Do you know anything about them? What do you expect? Do the long road trips affect this team? I guess you did go to Greenbrier, which was a couple hours away.
I think we'll be all right. Veterans is pretty good, but we're just going to have to work hard and prepare this week for them.
All right, Statesboro High at Veterans, 7:30 kickoff on the road in Kathleen, Georgia. The Statesboro High Coaches Show has been brought to you by Synovus.
A sports injury can stop you in your tracks. At Optum Orthopedics, our specialized physicians and staff use advanced orthopedic procedures with one specific goal in mind: to get you back to you. If you have a sports injury, request an evaluation. Experience the Optum difference.
It's now time for our Southeast Bulloch segment, brought to you by Martin Turf Farm. Joining me now, the head coach of the 2-0 Southeast Bulloch Yellow Jackets, Barrett Davis. Let's gotta feel good right now. I know it may have not gone the way you'd hoped this past week, but 2-0 at this point in the season is as good as you can be.
We're proud of our players for getting started, going 2-0. We had to fight for the one on Friday night against a good Tattnall County team, and we just preached to our players we can make adjustments at halftime, and came back out and had a way better second half. We're able to control the ball a little bit more, get off the field a little more on defense, but just proud of our kids' efforts and fighting through the fourth quarter and getting the win and going 2-0 in non-losing play. So.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the one thing that comes from a game like that is you fought back from some adversity, which you'll have at different points during the season, and you were able to come out with a victory with having some things not go your way.
We tell our kids to worry about what they can control, and teams are going to make plays from here and there, but you've got to be able to willing to forget and just move on to the next play and make the next play if you do mess up something coverage wise or blitz wise, or we don't get a call or a penalty. But kids rebounded pretty well, and after the first drive, Tatnall County, they ate up about 8 or 9 minutes of the clock, went down and scored, and then we had a turnover on offense and had to go right back out, but defense had a good hold at the 1 yard line in the first half. So our kids battled and were able to come out with a victory. So.
All right, well, you start region plays. This is when things really start to matter. You have Islands as your first game. What do you know about them? Obviously, they've got a lot of weapons out there. A couple of kids that's already signed or committed to D1 big-time schools.
Well, we're going to stick to our game plan and what we believe in and try and take matchups where we can get them. We're practicing a lot of open field tackling this week and getting reads and being more zoned in on defense, and offensively we're going to do what we do and try and line up, get a few different formations, get a few more people involved in the offensive scheme. But they've got some great players, but we feel we match up well with them.
Offensively, how do you feel like you guys are looking at this stage?
Offensively, I think we were getting better and better each week. Usually an offensive line with replacing a lot like we've had to this year from last year's team. Your offensive line is usually the one that takes longer to be able to gel and come together, but they're also the ones that show the most improvement throughout a year as the season goes on. But we feel that our offense is clicking and getting a little better each week. So. And
defensively, it seems like one thing that you guys have been able to do is create some turnovers.
We've won the turnover battle each game, so we've been able to get a few fumbles, got an interception last game, but we've gotten some key fumbles in both games, and we preach to our kids, get to the football, all 11 hats get into the ball and just not taking a play off, and even if it's a play away from you, take your angle, and we work pursuit drills every week, so those are just things that are helping us be able to get our ball back to the offense.
All right, Coach Barrett Davis, coming up next, we'll talk to the Yellow Jacket players. This portion of the Southeast Bulloch Football Coaches Show is brought to you by Clayton Digital Repro Graphics. All right, join me now, Blaze Minnick, quarterback for the Southeast Bulloch Yellow Jackets. And Blaze, you guys are 2-0 right now. I know last week on the road at Tatnall may have not been the prettiest game for you, but overall it's a win. You guys are 2-0 as you get ready for region play this week.
Yes, sir. It wasn't the prettiest thing, Friday, but we came back in the second half, pushed hard, handled adversity, and got the win.
What do you feel like is the biggest difference in this year's team and last?
Well, we got a lot of things together this year's team. Good coaching staff, really good coaching staff, and we just got a lot of stuff threw up on us real fast last year. Not a lot of organized last year.
And as for the upcoming game, you got Islands. It starts your region play. How important is this one, and what do you expect out of Islands?
It's the most important game because it's the one this week, and Islands is going to be fast. Have some cats on offense and defense. We're just going to hit them in the mouth, be physical.
And join me now, Elliot Perkins from the Southeast Bulloch Yellow Jackets on the defensive side of things. How do you feel the defense has done the first 2 weeks?
Well, last Friday we came out kind of soft. They hit us in the mouth, but once we got our feet under us, they wasn't stopping us. We got on it.
2-0 right now. That's got to be a great feeling as you guys get ready for region play.
It is, but this week's the most important game because it's the next one. We just got to keep going, be 1-0 for region.
You guys know that Islands has some pretty dynamic players, especially on the offensive side of things. What do you do to control them defensively?
We just got to bottle them up, don't let them get too much space, make form tackles, just keep them locked up.
All right, stay with us. Much more to come. Come visit us locally here in Statesboro at Piedmont Loop beside Walmart.
Friday night lights to early morning deer stands, Anderson's General Store in Statesboro is your tailgating and hunting headquarters. Boots from Ariat, Georgia Boot, Irish Setter, Wolverine, and more. We have a pair for you. Check out our Costa and Ray-Ban sunglasses. And apparel from Columbia, Carhartt, and Drake. Dove, ducks, deer, we have all your hunting needs. And tailgate with a Big Green Egg or Traeger grill. Pack in the flavor with delicious sauces and rubs. Haul it all home with a utility trailer. Anderson's General Store, a general store, and so much more.
The Bullock Academy segment is brought to you by R.J. Pope's Men's and Ladies Apparel and Anderson's General Store. I'm here with Bullock Academy head coach Pat Collins. And Coach, you guys are coming off a bye week. You're 2-0. How do you feel about where the team is at this point?
Well, the bye week came at a good time for us, Josh. We had some injuries that we needed to get well, and we were able to get, some of those guys were able to recover, and guys that were not cleared are now cleared to play, and that's always a plus for us because, as you know, we like to have all of our people available. We were able to work on fundamentals, and the last half of the week really started talking more about Memorial.
You started off the season with the big win over Pinewood in the Eric Russell Classic, turned around and were able to come back from a sloppy first half, but you're able to put it together there in the second half and knock off Edmund Burke. Do you feel like this team's got a little momentum going?
Well, I like our situation being 2-0 a lot better than any other alternative that you might could throw out. But we've just got to go out each week and play fundamental football and prepare well. And Memorial comes in. I'm sure you're curious about what my thoughts are regarding Memorial, but they're going to come in. They're going to be very, very athletic, and we've got, from a defensive standpoint, we've got to make them earn everything they get. Nothing cheap over the top, and contain the ball, which they make it challenging because they have some playmakers. It's going to be a 15-round fight the way I look at it, and we've got more boys that are going to be playing than they have. We have a larger squad and more numbers. So I think our task and our MO in this ball game is going to be we need to keep this game close, through 3 quarters, and then I think we'll wear them down with depth.
Well, you've got an extra week for Don to get prepared and healed up. Do you feel like he's at the point where you can use the entire playbook if needed against Memorial?
The most perplexing person to discuss and talk to on this team is our quarterback, because I don't think he's a straight shooter about how he really feels. I would not want to play poker with him because he holds it pretty close. But in my estimation, I'm no doctor. I think he's probably 85-90% of where he was, and it's a slow healing injury that he had. But he's at a point where we feel like that he can do whatever we need him to do for our team, and I think he is more confident as time has passed. And as we've had reps in practice and even in the game the other night. So that's good. There were some other injuries where we're going to get some guys back that I think is going to really help us in some places too.
All right, head coach Pat Collins, stay with us. Coming up next, we'll talk to a few of the players. We are feeling fall at R.J. Pope's Men's and Ladies Apparel. With the largest selection of Georgia Southern and University of Georgia game day apparel, we make sure you're dressed to win at tailgating. When you're not cheering on your favorite team, we have your style covered. From blazers to AFCO shorts to dresses and heels, R.J. Pope is your one-stop shop. Newsflash, stay tuned for the new, improved, and expanded R.J. Pope's Men's and Ladies this fall. Shop local, shop R.J. Pope. Online and in-store at our 3 locations. We're back with the Bullock Academy players. We have the Aaron boys here. We have Will and Don. We'll begin with Will. Bullock Academy 2-0 right now. You guys are coming off a bye week. How do you feel like you guys are doing right now?
We're playing real well. We're doing real well. We're just ready for next game.
As far as the off week goes, do you feel like you guys got better, got healthy? How did you feel about that week off?
I got healthier. I know that. I'm glad. We kind of got back to the basics, trying to get back to fundamentals.
2 weeks ago, you guys were at home, beat Edmund Burke. You were able to get back in the starting lineup. How are you feeling about that?
I was just glad to get out there and, do something at least. Fisher, he did a great job against Pinewood. He really stepped in and, helped the team, and I was just glad to get back out there.
Well, last 2 weeks ago, you guys were able to win that. 2 weeks in a row, I guess you and your brother were able to hook up with touchdowns. How's that feel?
It's nice. It's always nice for him to throw me 1 or 2,
Does that like take you back to the backyards, or do you have to encourage him to do that? Sometimes brothers don't get along too well.
Sometimes I just got to tell him to, let me have the ball a little bit.
Is it like that? Because I know receivers are always talking about how they're open. Yeah. Now you got your brother having to do that.
He tells me he's open every play, so, I know when he's open.
All right, well, you guys had the week off. Now you get back to action. You got Memorial. You actually were able to see them in person, playing Pinewood, the team that you'd played a couple of weeks ago. How'd they look? What do you expect?
They're big and they're fast, but we just got to do what we do, and we should be okay.
Will, same thing. I know you didn't go to the game, but you know about Memorial. You've seen them before. They usually have some athletes. What do you expect Friday?
We just got to stay true to who we are, play fundamental football, and I think we'll be all right.
All right, the Gators taking on Memorial, 7:30 Gator Alley. We'll be back with more in just a moment. Family Internal Medicine Associates of Statesboro, providing primary care for Statesboro area patients since 1998, providing complete physicals, complete sports physicals, Medicare wellness exams, full diabetes treatment, and education from lifestyle changes to oral medications to insulin pump therapy. In-house dermatology, in-house circulation tests and ultrasounds, in-house lab. And introducing our new nurse practitioner, Melissa Beasley, as we now accommodate same-day or next-day appointments to serve your needs. Family Internal Medicine Associates of Statesboro, where we care. Well, the Georgia Southern Eagles with a big victory this past week at home, but this week things get a little bit tougher as they'll be hosting UMass. We had a chance to talk with head coach Chad Lunsford and some of the players about Game 2.
I'm glad we got the win and just, had fun doing that over the weekend, but now looking forward to our new opponent, that's UMass. I mean, yes, it was a lot of we had a bad time up there. So we look going to practice today and looking at the scheme they got today and learning new things, and just a new thing they run they're really a pro set team, and should learn their fundamentals and stuff.
They're going to throw the ball a lot more than you saw on Saturday. How are you feeling about your playing against the passing team?
Pass, that's what we work on every day. I know offense they run the ball a lot, but we're gonna work on 7-on-7. Just going to scout team, give us a good look this week.
I don't feel like there's any pressure. Of course, it's always about what we do more than what anybody else does, because everybody is going to play something different or run something different. It's always about if we know what we're doing and we do it to the best of our ability, that's all we need to worry about. The game plan will take care of itself. Everybody wants to get back and just get that sour taste out of their mouths, because it has been an entire year. And personally, I didn't play the first half of that game, so I really want to go out and just go out with a bang and just show them that this isn't the same team from last year.
So I saw a disciplined football team. I do see tons of room to grow. We learned a lot about ourselves. I think each kid learned a lot about themselves out there in the environment. I know we played over 20-plus guys. That was their very first college football snap. So we learned a lot about ourselves. This will be a good test this week to see where we stack up. You'll start to see more of the playbook come out this week with our offense. We went into the last game simple on purpose. 3 new starters on the offensive line, and then I'd have to go back and look at it. But when we talk about 20-plus players playing their first snap of college football, I thought it was really important to go in this game and guys not be too concerned about knowing the whole playbook. And I think it's important that we grow each week. And so offensively, you'll see that continue to grow. We got to get the inside run game established, but now it's a lot about what South Carolina State was doing. It became a perimeter game. And I thought the coaches and I did think that our players did a good job adjusting to that and seeing what was working, what was going to work for us, and taking advantage of that. I think we're still a work in progress there. Defensively, I'm not sure. Obviously, I think they played very well, but I'm not sure. It'd be really interesting this week to see, against this UMass team. It's always a challenge from week to week because you go play different teams, and it may not be that they have a different identity. It's just there's different players. And UMass is a good football team, well coached. On offense, they do a really good job of personnelling and trying to get in matchups with their good players. And on defense, they really play hard, a lot of effort, really aggressive. So this will be a really good test for us this week, and see how we improve from week 1 to week 2. I don't think our team has that issue right now of being emotional from anything from last year. I think they're very locked into their daily process, and also getting to this game and knowing this is the next game and it's the most important game to us. I don't see them getting emotional about that. I do think the whole season's about them proving themselves. This football team wants to prove themselves. So I think the whole season's about that, and that, obviously it's now with UMass.
What does it mean to have financial freedom?
At Queensboro Wealth Management, we're helping people figure that out
and giving them a plan to get there.
If you have a desire to take control of your finances and live with financial purpose,
we
will use every bit of our knowledge to help you.
And there's no cost to get started.
Download a free kit from our website, then give any of us a call. QWM is Queensboro Wealth Management. Let's begin today.
50 years, that's a lot of memories. And at Lee Hill & Johnston Insurers, we've been Statesboro's insurance people since 1963. Recognized as one of the leading agencies in Georgia, Lee Hill & Johnston is independent and offers a complete line of personal and business insurance for auto, life, home, and health. We'll shop companies to find the lowest premiums and best coverage for you, your family, or your business. Lee Hill & Johnston Insurers, the insurance people since 1963.
And it's time once again for Jennifer Lee Hirsch's Pick Six. Jen, last week 3-3, Josh 3-3. Let's see if we can make up some ground. Jennifer, the first game is Georgia Southern giving 3 to the UMass Minutemen. What do you think?
Now, here's my question, Josh.
Sure.
Is Georgia Southern home this week again?
Yes, they are.
Or are we going to go on the
They're
left?
home.
Okay.
All the home on the left.
Yay. Okay, so why didn't I think of that? He has home written on the sheet. Okay.
There it is.
With that being said and done, guys, last week y'all had it done. I don't know what in the world, Chad Lunsford. I am so proud of you right now as my coach. But I'm picking Georgia Southern Eagles to win this one because y'all are having like plus 3 points here.
Okay. We're giving 3.
I'm giving them 3.
All right, we got the Georgia Bulldogs, South Carolina. Who you liking this one? I know it.
I love it. I cannot stand it any longer. Georgia Bulldogs.
South Florida and Georgia Tech, Paul Johnson's old team. Who you liking this one?
You know what? Let me tell you. I did a little bit of research.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech, I don't like them anymore.
Ah.
And I'm going to go South Florida this week.
All right, I got Georgia Tech, Texas A&M, and Clemson. Georgia Southern's playing Clemson in a week. What you think?
Well, y'all, please, some of my fans out there,
yeah.
I know that y'all are going to be watching this show. Don't be mad at me. I'm sorry.
She's taking Texas A&M?
I'm Texas A&M,
there
11 points.
All right, Stanford and USC. Stanford getting 4. What you think about, or giving 4?
Stanford all the way.
I'm with you. Last one, Iowa and Iowa State, in-state rivals. Iowa giving 4. Who you like?
I want to know why we're doing this game.
There wasn't a lot of good picks.
But I'm picking Iowa.
Me too. All right, Jennifer's Picks brought to you by
Leon Johnson.
We'll see you again very soon.